Saturday at Keeneland, 9 horses are entering the Bluegrass starting gates with 100 Kentucky Derby points on the line. And for many of them, this is the only shot to get into the starting gates of the 2026 Kentucky Derby. The pressure, it is on. How will you find your winner? Facts and figures are going to give you that winning edge. I give you the stats, you make the picks. I'm Moira with Trifecta and a little bit extra, and I've been evaluating horse races for more than 16 years. And we're down to the last couple preps that shape the Kentucky Derby field. This video is all about the Bluegrass opening weekend at Keeneland, one of my favorite tracks. 9 horses will travel 1.1 1/8 to see who gets to go from Lexington to Louisville for Kentucky Derby 152. I'm going to walk you through that race architecture, each of the 9 contenders, and how they fit into the race. But before we get started, I have to remind you this. Horse betting is not legal everywhere, so if you're betting, make sure it's legal. Beginning with that race architecture, and what I mean by that is track design and pace. This race starts at the top of the stretch, that long straightway after the final turn. And that means the horses, they have time to get into position. So do not discount outer posts. We've seen outer posts win. In fact, Sierra Leone 2024 came from post position 10. The stretch at Keeneland, 1,236 feet, almost as long as Churchill Downs. If the pace is hot, closers can win. In fact, the last 2 runners came way off the pace, 8 to 9 lengths from the leader at the half pole. This race, the pace is projected to be super fast, so we're going to upgrade those with that strong late pace. Now to the contenders. Now this first horse, he's one I really couldn't wait to see in his 3-year-old debut, but unfortunately really disappointed me in the Tampa Bay Derby. I wanted to know he wasn't just talk at the beginning of his racing career. And I'm talking about Talkin. Now he showed class early. He debuted in August, Saratoga, winning a $100,000 maiden race by a neck and actually defeated some quality horses. Further ado, was also in this race, a horse that went on to win by 20 lengths next time out. Stradale, a $1.3 million purchase. So all in all, a quality debut. After that race, his trainer, Danny Gargan, said, this horse has a lot of heart. Then he enters Grade 1 Champagne, comes in second in Napoleon Solo. Napoleon Solo set a record, 2nd fastest Champagne. And Talkin, he earned an 84 buyer, and that's really good for a 2-year-old. Then comes the G2 Remsen. Now this is the first time he's stretching beyond a mile to the 1.1 1/8. This distance. He draws the outermost gate. He's got to go wide. He tires. He has this disappointing finish of 9th and a 57 buyer. Just draw a line right through it. Then came the Tampa Bay Derby. If you go back and watch that race, he was trying to sit right off the leader, Redland Rebels. They put down some hot fractions. You don't want to see that on a deep and sandy track like Tampa Bay. Couldn't hold it and got passed. 5th place finished, 80 buyer. In my Tampa Bay Derby analysis, I said, hey, I want to see the stalking Talkin, and I'm going to say it again. I'm just not really sure that's what we're going to see because he's coming out of post position 1. But if he could be more strategic, not use all that energy up early, for me personally, I'm going to consider him a threat in this race. Done it. Done it. Done it, done it, done it. Why am I doing that? Because it is Great White. Now he is making his dirt debut after 3 starts on the aesthetic at Turfway. 2 of those eye-catching. He wins a 6 furlong $100,000 main race by 2 1/4 lengths, 75 buyer. Then he goes in the Leonidas Stakes. Not his race, draw a big old red line through it. He was a step slow, he got checked. Next up, the John Battaglia Memorial. Now he stalked down the backstretch. Done it. Then he went 3 deep around the far turn. Done it, drove clear, dug in, and held off full effort. Wins. Love the heart. I loved how professional he looked in that race. Now, 2 things he's got to prove here. 1, can he take to the dirt? He's got a really good workout here at Keeneland on the surface leading into the race. And his sire Volatile, he's got average statistics for dirt routers. The other question is going to be, though, can he get the longer distance? And this is where I may hesitate. Volatile was a sprinter, and the progeny did best at 1.16 miles and less. Dam sire is Uncle Mo, so maybe, but it's a bit of a stretch. Because of that, in my opinion, threat and not elite win contender. Now we're about to go through some really interesting contenders here, so stick with me. But if you're finding this information valuable, go ahead and hit that like button for me. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? This is the best time. We're going into the Derby. Hit subscribe. And if you've been on my channel for some time, or even if you're just brand new and you want to get a little bit extra, and I know you got it in you, I started an email list. You could become part of my community by going to subscribe.trifectaandextra.com or use that QR code right here. What are you going to get? Well, for starters, in the short term, valuable Derby information that I'm not going to really share anywhere else. Horse racing news, invitations to special events. What you're not going to get? Spammed. Now, I see you all checking it out, but what's really important is when you do sign up, I'm going to immediately send you an email. You got to go into it. You have to confirm your email and hit that button to get on the list. For some of you, that email is sitting in all those areas where old emails go to die. So if you think you signed up and didn't get my first newsletter, go and find it. Go look in those folders. Now, back to the contenders. Our next horse is the only one in the field to have the honor of winning against older horses. Reagan's Honor. 3 races at the fairgrounds in New Orleans, and the last 2 times out were wins. He wins a $60,000 main special weight going 1.16 miles. He beat OCELLI, who's also in this race. Then in that allowance race against older horses, he wins by, get this, 6 lengths with a 96 Beyer speed rating. Now he was just cruising with a hand ride, and that is one of the top speeds in the field. Why is beating older horses a feat for 3-year-olds? Well, 3-year-olds are just developing, yet to peak. In both those races now, he went gate to wire. He loves it up front. But is he going to get there today? There is one horse that's really speedy up front, and that is the 8 Moonstrocity. And talking in further ado, they may also move up for that challenge. But in all honesty, though, I think Jose Ortiz is going to say, catch me if you can. But what will he do if he doesn't get the lead? Now, what about the distance? Does he have it in him? He's by Honor AP. Honor AP won at this distance in the Santa Anita Derby, and top progeny hit the board at these longer distances. The Dam sire, top notch in quality races at the longer distance. So looks like that distance is there. There is so much to like here. For me, elite win contender. Creole Chrome, he's been polished at the fairgrounds, winning 3 out of 4, but this is a much shinier field. The class jump is real. 4 starts at the fairgrounds, but they were all state breds. 3 of his races, they were at the 6 furlongs. His best effort out of those races was in January in an allowance race. He sat on the inside, he saved ground right behind the leader. Now he had the duel, and you know I love a duel because it shows a horse has heart. He finished strong with that 87 Beyer. Next time out, he goes a bit longer. Louisiana Stallion of the Year, Star Guitar Stakes, 1.70 miles. He goes right to the lead. He wins by 6 lengths, 87 Beyer speed rating. But this is a big jumping class. Now he's got Volatile as a sire, and as we discussed with Great White, Volatile was more of a sprinter. Top progeny does best at the 1.16 miles distance and less. He does have a really strong workout here at Keeneland. My opinion, potential to hit the board, but not an elite win contender. And without further ado, let me present the only horse that has competed on this track. It is Further Ado. Oh, and let me point this out. Not only did he compete here at Keeneland, he romped by winning a $110,000 main special weight, going 1.16 miles, an eye-catching 20 lengths, and he earned a Beyer speed rating of 98, all as a 2-year-old. Now, he came back and won the G2 Kentucky Jockey Club 1.16 miles at Churchill Downs 1 month later, but that speed rating, it regressed to an 82. Then came his 3-year-old debut, the G3 Tampa Bay Derby. Some may have thought he didn't really have a good performance. He finished second, 87 buyer. But if you watch that race, man, this horse had heart. He dueled the entire race. And the horse that beat him, the Puma, not only won the Tampa Bay Derby, he almost won the Florida Derby over Commandment. He is the real deal. And let's not forget that Tampa Bay surface. Tricky, deep, sandy. He's getting back to this track that he obviously likes. The pedigree suggests the 1.1 miles is in him. For me, elite win contender. Our next contender, also a maiden, looking for that first win, Moonstrocity. He started racing in February with 2 races at Gulfstream Park. First race was on the turf, going a mile. He had to go wide. He weakened and finished 8th with a 63 buyer. Then he switches to the dirt, Gulfstream, going a mile. Was really up close to the pace, couldn't hold it, finished 3rd, 69 buyer. Now his pedigree suggests he really needs these longer distances, and he's going to get that today, but tough company for him. He would have to improve greatly to compete with this group, but watch out, he may be part of that early pace, which could set it up for somebody with that late speed. Our final contender, Ottinho, he was entered into the Wood Memorial, but it is confirmed he's coming here to the Bluegrass at Keeneland. This is the only runner who has gone this distance twice. And get this, he's the only runner to have won at this distance. Has it caught your eye yet? Now, first time was an $85,000 maiden special weight at Aqueduct. He goes right to the lead. He duels. You know I love a horse that duels. He reclaims the lead to win. That is Fight, 82 buyer speed figure. That's in December. 3-year-old debut is the Withers, coming out of post position 3. He gets to the inside to save ground. Now, he got passed by a lot of horses. But then in the stretch, he passed some tired horses and finished 3rd. But the buyer was only a 65. Draw a line right through that race. Didn't really like that trip. Blinkers, they are going on to help him focus. He's been training in them since late February. This is a very well-bred horse, half the gun runner. He just may have needed a little bit of time to improve. For me, Chad Brown, always dangerous, especially when you don't think he could win. In my opinion, elite win contender. So now it's your turn. Can you believe the Derby prep season is almost over? Drop your winner in the comments below. Don't be shy. You know I love to hear from you, and you know I comment back. Yeah, I'm a real person, and I want this to be a very supportive community. Make sure you go out, subscribe to my email, get a little bit extra. Here's that site again and the QR code. And if this was valuable, maybe a little entertaining for you, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. Doesn't end with the Derby. I'm here all the time giving you race analysis and education. I hope you all find your winner on Saturday and sashay away with your money. Until next time, cheers.